Do you see yourself? That's you. It's you. You see yourself? That's confusing, huh? What are you gonna do now, huh? Get your bone? I don't know why it has taken me so long to pick up this camera. I'm just doing it at this point. Hello?
You work out today, right?
Maybe I'll come join if I can finish this up in the next few minutes. That was my dad. You guys will absolutely meet him at some point, but welcome to my channel. I am doing it today. I am pushing past trying to be perfect, and I'm just bringing you along the rest of my day today. Also, I'm going to answer a bunch of fat loss phase questions. So if you do follow me on Instagram, if you're coming from Instagram, you'll know that I posted a fat loss phase Q&A, and I am, of course, this freaking battery is going to die. I just started. I posted a fat loss phase Q&A. A bunch of you guys asked such good questions, and I wanted to go more in depth on some of the answers. So I'm gonna answer a bunch of those questions in this video. If you aren't aware, if you don't follow me on Instagram, if you're new completely, hello, hi, welcome to the fam. I'm so happy you're here. Hey guys, it's actually now the next day. When I started recording that clip, the camera died, of course. I am about to head to the gym. I'm putting my Element in my water. If you guys aren't familiar with Element, it's basically like a electrolyte pack that you put in your water. So I always like to put one in my water. My favorite is the orange, but I'm out of the orange, so using the citrus salt today. Can anybody else not get that song out of their head? I just pulled up to the gym. I am doing today's a jam-packed day. I had to move some things around this week, just scheduling wise. So I'm doing a short, quick pull day this morning, followed by 20 minutes of cardio, which is part of my programming for part of my protocols for my fat loss phase. And then I have a Pilates class that I always take on Thursdays, and I love it, and I could just skip the Pilates class today, but I love it so much and it's so low intensity, so I'm gonna do it anyway. So we have 3 things to tick off the list this morning. It is 9:20 right now. My Pilates class starts at 11. So I want to get my lift and cardio in before 11, but I need to sit in the car for a little bit because I totally did not drink my coffee this morning as I was getting ready like I usually do. So I want to finish that. And does anybody else wait until literally the last second, like before they go into the gym, to realize that their headphones are dead? So sitting here waiting for these to charge while I'm drinking my coffee. Like I had mentioned yesterday, or I think I mentioned yesterday before my camera died, that I put up a Q&A regarding me being in a fat loss phase, seeing if you guys have any questions about just a fat loss phase in general or my specific fat loss phase and stuff. So while I sit here for the next like 10 or so minutes, oh, let's turn that off, I'm gonna answer some of your questions, and we'll answer them throughout the day, throughout this video. Okay, why does music keep playing? All right, let's see if I could find these questions now. On this day 2 years ago. On this day 2 years ago. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see now. Got a decent amount of questions from you guys, so let's hop in. Let's see. Okay, so let's start with, how much do you expect to lose? Well, let me preface this. Let me give you guys a little like rundown, preface this Q&A. So I am currently in a fat loss phase. If you don't know, I am an online fitness coach, so I help women achieve food freedom while also achieving the body of their dreams along the way. It is so amazing and I love it so much, and I become best friends with my girls, and I could go on and on and on and on, but I'm currently now in a fat loss phase. So this is only just a quick mini little fat loss phase. So answering the question, how much do you expect to lose? So I am really not caring at all, zero, about the number on the scale. It is solely on just how I feel and how I look. At the end of this month, I have a photo shoot for my website that I'm building for my coaching, and I just want to feel as confident as I can. So for the month of March, I decided let's just go into a little deficit phase and just tighten up a bit. It is not anything crazy. I am not looking to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, anything in that sort. Literally just tightening up a bit. Next question, Shione. Am I counting calories? So Yes and no. I use a macro-based approach, so tracking carbs, protein, and fat. So calories are made up of carbs, protein, and fat. Carbs are 4 calories per 1 gram of carbs. Fats are 9 calories per 1 gram of fats, and protein is also 4 calories per 1 gram of it. So protein and carbs are both 4 calories per 1 gram, and then fats are 9 calories for 1 gram. So I am counting my macros, which ultimately culminates to calories, but what I'm caring more about is the macro breakdown and the macro distribution behind that. And that actually is going to lead me into the question of how do you maintain your muscle while losing the fat during this phase? This is such an awesome question, and I love it so much because so many people don't understand this. There is a major difference between fat loss and weight loss. You can be losing weight and thinking that you are losing body fat, but what you're actually doing is losing your muscle mass. So your physique is not going to turn to the way that you want it to. So that's what can lead to that like skinny fat type of look where you are, you know, you look super thin and super fit with clothes on, but then when you take the clothes off, you don't really have that muscle definition or the shape behind your physique. That's because when people go into a deficit, when people try to lose weight, they don't realize that we need to make sure that we are fueling our body, number one, and fueling our body with high protein and keeping our workouts the same. If you currently lift weights and you want to go into a fat loss phase, I do not want you to make any changes to your workouts during that fat loss phase. Like no all of a sudden changing it to low weight and super high reps or anything like that. I want you to keep that intensity high in those workouts, lift heavy, fuel your body, and eat high protein in order to preserve that muscle mass so that your body goes for that body fat rather than that muscle. What kind of eating plan are you following during this fat loss phase? So that's kind of a similar question there. So a macro-based approach, and with a macro-based approach, you truly can be eating anything you want as long as you can fit it into your day, as long as you can fit it into your numbers. So for example, I knew that I was going out to Longhorn for dinner the other night with my boyfriend's parents, and so I was like, I don't want to skimp out during this dinner. Like I want to just enjoy it like as if it was a normal dinner, and I am not in a deficit phase. So what I did is actually pre-tracked that whole dinner out before anything else. So just from the start of the day, I knew how many calories I had left to fill. So I went ahead and I inputted every single thing that I would get. Longhorn actually has all of their nutrition information online too, and it's most of the time already in MyFitnessPal too, so it's super easy to look it up. And then I just went ahead and filled in the rest of my day with what the macros that I had left. So yes, it was during the day I ate a little bit less than I normally would, but that's because I was leaving myself that room to eat that normal dinner with his family. So again, I personally think it is one of the best ways because you truly are able to fit in the things that you want to be fitting in and not feel so restricted. Okay, I think that I'm gonna have to go run into the gym now, get this workout done, get this cardio done, and take this Pilates class so much. I'm gonna go do that. We will continue answering some questions later. Back from the gym, I'm going to take like probably 2 hours to work on some things. I have a few things for client programming. I have some new clients starting next week, which is exciting. I have some copy to write for my website. I have a bunch of emails to also answer, some things to follow up on. So working both in the business and on the business today. So like when I think in the business, I think like programming, working one-on-one directly with clients, answering client messages, and then working on the business is more of like the website stuff, the emails, more admin stuff. So I usually like to split those days, but like I said, this week has been a crazy week. So things are a little bit all over the place, but that's normal, right? I made myself a nice lunch today. This is over 40 grams of protein. Also, don't come for me for the paper plate, okay? I live at my parents still. I don't make the rules, okay? So don't come for me for a paper plate. But this is such a good meal to have when you're cutting, especially for lunch. It's a carb smart roll, 647 roll, a chicken breast, which is leftover from last night, and then Jarlsberg Swiss cheese. The is low fat or fat free or something like that, and it's 50 calories for one slice and 8 grams of protein for one slice. Like, here, wait, let me pull up the actual macros. So this sandwich here is 48 grams of protein right here, 9 grams of fat, and 25 carb, coming out to about 360 calories. So amazing, amazing, amazing lunch. Something that I was talking to one of my clients about yesterday, I think, in her check-in, was remembering to make swaps for things when you're in that deficit. So the cheese, for example, usually when I would make this at maintenance, I would eat it with normal Swiss cheese, like just normal slice of Swiss cheese. But while I'm in my deficit, I'm using this Jarlsberg Swiss cheese that is low fat, so that the calorie content is less, the protein is higher, but I'm eating the same amount of food. So making small swaps like that, so game changing, I feel like, when going into a deficit phase. But all right, I'm gonna do some work and then I will get back to you guys. I have a call later today too, so busy rest of the day. Oh, also, my dad, my brother, and my boyfriend all want to go to the driving range later. I'm trying to get my golf game up. Keyword trying. So may head there also at some point today. We'll see. We're at the range, so let's go hit some balls. So I'm going to have a protein shake while I'm here to get in some extra. I have my glove on already. Protein shake just to get in some extra protein, because I am a little bit low on it today.
You see a tea, a plastic tea with an American flag on it? Pick it up, because I can't.
I like it or something?
It's a plastic tea, so it didn't break. I could reuse it again.
How about this one?
Thanks.
I have a glove on as if I know what I'm doing.
Okay, you're lifting it up again.
Beautiful wedge shot right there. Off the rough too.
That was a better, I felt it better, but it didn't work.
Shot there.
Okay. You see what the fuck I'm doing? Because all of a sudden I actually can't make contact.
What? Look at the ball. Probably just not keeping your head down.
I was watching the ball the entire time.
Don't kick this. Go like this. I mean, Justin Thomas really cranks it hard, but
Dad, I
if
hit
you can
like
see something I
3
can't.
beautiful ones. And every time afterwards I'm like,
You're hoping I was
Maybe so,
looking?
yeah.
All right, come on, let's do it. Concentrate. What's your grip? No. That's the point. Too short.
I'm going to finish off the Q&A to end this little vlog, this first vlog, which has been so fun. Thank you guys for following along with me the past few days, but let's prop this down and finish off answering those questions for you guys. All right, let's take a look at what, side note, I'm in my luteal phase and it has been absolutely kicking my butt. I literally like just keep crying over nothing, but that's what the luteal phase does to you. Okay, let's get into some of these questions. You increased your steps or your cardio? So I actually solely increased just my cardio. I was doing no cardio before I started my fat loss phase, and I started off with just adding in 3 20-minute sessions without increasing my step count or anything like that just yet. But I will be most likely increasing that step count up and possibly increasing that cardio up at some point if need be. But again, this is a very short fat loss phase. This isn't like a long fat loss phase. I'm trying to see really big results. Again, it is just me trying to tighten up. What workouts do you do in a week? How many rest days? So currently what my protocols look like is 3 lifting days. I do a push day, which is pushing movements. So that's going to work your chest, shoulders, your triceps. I have a pull day, which is back and biceps. And then I also have a leg day, a leg and glutes day. So I do those 3 lifts. And then I also have one day that I do a spin class and one day that I do Pilates. Is 1400 calories too low? So I obviously don't know the circumstances around this, whether that is your deficit number, whether that is a maintenance number, whether you're thinking that's asking is 1400 calories too low to go into a deficit phase on. I would say absolutely. If you are currently at a point that you're maintaining, and if you subtracted 200 to 500 calories off of that, you'd be at 1400. I would highly recommend spending a few months first building up to your maintenance point, building up to where your maintenance point should actually lie. If you just go on to a TDEE, total daily energy expenditure calculator, it'll show you. This is a great way to just get a general idea of what your maintenance point actually should look like, what you can be eating in a day and maintaining that weight. It is definitely a lot higher. I promise you it is higher than 1400. Even if you are starting at 1700, it is even most likely higher than 1700. Most women can actually maintain on 2000 to 2500 calories a day, and that is the most healthy and sustainable way to actually be fueling your body properly, which then allows you to go, when you do go into a deficit, right, subtracting 300 to 500 calories off that. If you're at 2200 calories and you're maintaining, then you can drop from that 200 calories, 300 calories, you're at 1900, and that's your starting point of a deficit, which then makes it sustainable, enjoyable. You don't feel so beyond restricted, right? You are still fueling your body for your lifts. You're overall still able to enjoy a dieting phase, which is what then makes it last, if that makes sense. What is the most challenging part? For me personally, I think the most challenging part of being in a dieting phase is the nutrition side of things. In terms of like workouts and everything, like I had mentioned before, your workouts are gonna remain exactly the same. It's really, for me, the nutrition side of things that switches a lot. So going from eating a lot of food to dropping down in calories. I just am such a foodie and I love food so much. So in any form, when you have to limit it, it obviously is not fun. So with my clients, we talk a lot about when they go into a deficit phase, whether they want to increase their cardio or if they want to decrease calories, and at what ratio, should I say. So do they want more cardio and more food, or do they want a little less food but less cardio? So it's very personal. You can't just take one person's protocols and apply them to you and think that you're going to see the same results. You have to take into account so many things, not only your actual body and where your body currently is at, but also your likes, your dislikes, what your lifestyle looks like. Taking all of this into account is what actually makes your fitness journey fun and fit to your lifestyle and something that you actually enjoy doing. And instead of it feeling like it's taking over your life, it is a part of your life that supplements your life. How am I changing my macros? Oh, somebody wants to join and my camera is gonna die. Wonderful. So let's wrap this up. I'll do one more question. How are you changing macros? Hello, mister. You wanna join? Okay, come here. Hello. Okay, how am I changing macros? The main thing that I'm changing within my macros is my carbs and my fats. Not touching protein much, just very slightly, but overall it's solely just decreasing carbs and fats down a little bit. But remember, we need carbs, we need fats in our diet. We cannot just completely cut them out. They are important for our body. Carbs are our body's #1 source of energy, so we need carbs. Fats are for our hormone health, our brain health, especially women. They are so important. So do not ever fear carbs, do not fear fats. It's an overall overall calorie surplus that makes you gain weight. It is not just by eating carbs. It is not just by eating fats, right? It is a overall calorie surplus. So always remember that. But overall, I will finish it off there. There's a few more questions, but if you guys have any questions that I did not answer, oh wait, I thought this one was funny. Will it make the girl shrink post reduction? So if you guys aren't familiar, I did get a breast reduction and lift last year, early last year. The amount of weight that I'm going to be losing in this deficit phase is very minuscule, so I don't expect to see much changes in the boob area. But really, overall, I don't expect to see like huge, major physique changes. Tighten up slightly for this shoot, and then we're going right back up to maintenance and just enjoying, fueling, eating, lifting heavy, just enjoying life. Please let me know if you have any other questions about anything to do with your fitness journey, anything to do about my fitness journey, any questions about my life or anything like that. I am seriously so excited to be starting my channel. I will try to be as consistent as possible on here. I will be doing lifestyle content, fitness content, just my overall life. I just want to document my life for memory purposes. So follow along if you guys want. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button if you want to. Just join the fam. It'll make me smile so big. If not, that's okay too. And maybe I'll see you in the next video. Bye.